Oh, buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Come va? Okay, huge disclaimer. Did we solve all the problems with this Venezia match? No. Is Fonseca the best coach in the world and he proved us wrong and now we have to repent? No. This training session, we shall call it, was a match against Venezia, and oh my god, Venezia is awful. So you gotta take this match for what it is. Uh, oh, you couldn't take it for granted that AC Milan will win this match considering the first month of this Serie A. But even this Milan cannot lose with this Venezia, okay? So, okay, Milan is not top tier now because he won against Venezia, but I will take the win. I'll take these 3 points, put it in my pocket because we need those points. So I am happy for the victory because what do you want me to be sad when Milan wins? Doesn't make sense. So I am sure that you know, and I know that this match is something that you have to take with a grain of salt. This victory doesn't prove anything, okay? This 4-0 against Venezia, it's not like it's a, let's say it's a morale booster for our players for the week because this week is kind of decisive. And if you think like that losing like with Venezia could be a good thing, no, you're wrong. You don't understand how these ownership reasons, they are not going to fire the coach unless it's absolutely necessary. Like if it was for them, they would have kept Pioli the past year, okay? So I am sure that even if Fonseca lost with Venezia, they would have said, yeah, we support the coach. Because they don't care. They don't want to spend money for a new coach, right? That's why we got Fonseca, okay? And he's got like 2 or 3 years of contract. We saw some good stuff and some usual stuff. It's out of me how they chose to get Emerson Royal. I don't want to be a hater of Emerson Royal, but I just can't see, for the God of, for the love of me, I can't see a reason why we have this player and why we chose to pay for this player, right? And I'm sure that I'm not the only one. I know that some people defend him, but like, okay, there's a reason if every team attacks us from our right side, right? Because we are weak, that right? It's undeniable. And Emerson Royal, I mean, if even with Venezia, I have doubts about Emerson Royal after the game, then I don't know what to say. I can just hope that maybe his physical condition is not the best right now, and he's gonna be awesome soon. So he didn't do like a terrible game, okay? Like he didn't cause any problem, which is a big thing. But it's just like when I feel like so vulnerable when I see Emerson Royal, like I feel like he could lose the ball anytime. I like it just feels very. I don't feel secure. Maybe it's just a feeling, but after seeing 2 games, okay, it's hard to judge a player from 2 games, but you can get a pretty good idea of what kind of player he is. For every Pavlovic, there is an Emerson Royal. And by the way, like Calabria was injured, I think. There was no news about it, but I read like after there was an article about Calabria being out and him coming back for Liverpool. So there's a chance that he's going to play against Liverpool instead of Emerson Royal. Liverpool, who actually lost to Nottingham Forest, right? So we'll see. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this game. Let's start with Fonseca as usual. This is the game that Fonseca wanna do. This is the play style that he likes to do, right? The problem is that yes, this play style can work against Venezia, a team from Serie B, and probably he's gonna go back in Serie B. So like we saw AC Milan against basically a Serie B team, okay? So Fonseca play style wants to be this. We saw some players perform better, like Loftus Cheek, because he basically played in his role. I still believe that we should change our formation to a 4-3-3, and even Sarri said that. So if I say that, like, yeah, you're a stupid supporter, what the fuck do you know? Like, it makes sense. If Sarri says something like this and says that Loftus-Cheek, and Sarri knows Loftus-Cheek very well, is better as a mezzala, then I will trust him. But Fonseca has his own ideas, so that's what we got. I'm still in the idea that we concede too much by being this aggressive, and Venezia didn't punish us. Okay, any other team, like a proper team, can punish us pretty badly. So I'm a little bit worried about that, about our defensive phase. Even if we did end up getting one goal that got cancelled through the VAR. So I'll call this a clean sheet anyway. So Fonseca this time tried Reinders as an attacking midfielder, and though it wasn't his best game, it was much better than having Loftus-Cheek there. I still understand why we didn't like get a proper attacking midfielder, and we keep adapting players. I guess that's how it's gonna go for the whole year. Pulisic has done a hell of a job in this game, and at some point he was playing like a mezzala, so by doing that, Loftus-Cheek could go into his part of the pitch and be a mezzala. And in fact, he played much better, Loftus-Cheek, because he is this kind of player. He's a player that get the balls and run. Now, like if you sacrifice Reinders, though, you have like less good passes, let's say, from the back, right? Renders played is a defensive as an attacking midfielder, but he plays really, really close to Abraham. If you see, like at some point, he felt like he was a striker in a way, right? Where like Pulisic will come back, and then you had like Pulisic, Fofana, Loftus-Cheek in the middle, right? Another thing about Fonseca is that I would have done the substitutions after the first half, because there is really no point. We are like 4-0, and I would have taken out Pulisic, because we need Pulisic against the Liverpool, and even Leao, like just take out like the good players. But maybe he was afraid that we could like concede some goals probably. But yeah, the result says 4-0. So in this case, who wins is in the part of the reason, right? In this game against Venezia, I guess Fonseca did a good job. Like, we clearly see that our defensive phase is not the perfect defensive phase that we all wish we had. And again, this is Venezia, okay? We played against Venezia, but I'll take the win. So of the 4 goals, 3 were from a set play. And I noticed that we kind of don't really have an idea of play. It's like if our left side does not work, we struggle a lot into creating like occasions, right? But anyway, like Abraham could get a penalty. Fofana got a goal from the corner, and the first goal, the same exchange between Leao and Theo, and then the goalkeeper of Venezia went on vacation. Basically, it was so we started the game uphill. And then by the minute 30, we basically, the game was over, right? In the second half, there wasn't much happening, but we still didn't create enough. Leao had his chance to score, but he didn't. It's good because we were 4-0, but Leao has to score those type of goals. He has to learn to score those type of goals as well. So it's okay with Venezia, but like if with Liverpool we have this chance, we better take it, I am still worried about the next game against Liverpool, and especially Inter. I am more worried about Inter than Liverpool, because while I have, I don't think AC Milan can fight for this Champions League. It can maybe arrive into the next stage, but I don't believe we can fight for it. So prove me wrong. But the Serie A, I still don't believe we can fight for the Scudetto either. And then you say, then what the hell do you believe in? And I'm going to say, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what to believe anymore. But I am more afraid of Inter than Liverpool, because Inter is a game that we cannot afford to lose anymore. But there is also the law of big numbers. Like at some point, we have to win a derby, right? And this might be it. I think like Inter fans are a little bit scared by this. Anyway, Fonseca, despite all, he won 4-0, so I'll give it a 6.5. There you go. So let's go with our defense. Theo Hernandez, good. Theo Hernandez, nothing to say. I'll give him a 7. Pavlovic and Gabbia, very good. Pavlovic is it's a gamble that is paying out, in contrary to Emerson Royal. And Gabbia, it's a good player. I don't know what happened when he came back from the loan, but it's a totally different player, and he deserved the chance, as I said, to play instead of Tomori, because Tomori it's just not cutting it. It's not cutting it at the moment. Emerson Royal said enough. Fofana and Loftus-Cheek. Fofana, he did his job, right? Yeah, he helped in the construction part of the game. He did some pretty bad mistakes with passing that I'm not sure if they get forgiven against other type of teams. So as I said, you have to take this game in context. We played against Venezia, right? So even if players did a good performance, it's really hard to judge. For me, it's a hard game to judge this one, and it doesn't necessarily prove us anything. Like the next games is the one that we have to watch closely to understand where this Milan is going. Pulisic is a top player. Pulisic, his attitude is always the best. It's just so valuable as a player. He helps out. He comes back to defend. He goes on attacking. He creates a lot of problem. He has a great control with the ball, like the stops and everything. He's just top players. I'm never disappointed by Pulisic. Leao, he played better. I saw he was more invested in the game. He was more involved with his teammates. He was defending more. He was still defending a la Leao, but better than usual. So I'll give him that. And then we have Abraham. I like his attitude. It was basically having Tomori on the field. He was always checking around, calling out the teammates, getting frustrated if he couldn't do what he wanted to do. That kind of attitude that we supporters appreciate a lot. And he played good. So what you gonna say to Abraham right now? I can't say anything. Yes, it's Venezia. Yeah, that's the only thing you can say. Yes, it was Venezia. Okay. Abraham is, is a proper striker. He's not the strongest of the strikers that we have, but he is a proper striker, right? And we see the difference, right? He helps a lot to the team. When Morata came in, I'm sorry if this is not the regular style of tops and flops. I'll give you the ratings quickly, just to give you an idea of what I think of the game. I would say Emerson Royal, Maignan 6, okay? Emerson Royal 5.5. Gabbia, I would give him I'm torn. I'll say 6.5. He did get a really dumb yellow card for no reason, really. Pavlovic 7. Hernandez 7. Renders, I will give him 6.5 because I did like Renders and how he played. It's just this is not his natural role, so you can see that he's not used to it. But it's much better than Loftus-Cheek there, and I think we can agree on that. And we can just hope that he gets better if there's not going to be any change of module. Loftus-Cheek is he did better. I don't know. I will still give him a 6. I liked it more than usual. 6 or 6.5. But since I preferred Renders, I guess I'll give him a 6. There you go. Pulisic, 7.5 to Pulisic. Abraham, a 6.5 to Abraham as well. And then Leao 6.5. So sorry if there is no particular graphic, but I don't have much time to edit. So I just kept it simple this time. And what we have now is the real weekend. The real week starts now with Liverpool and Inter. And as I said, I am more worried about those games because those are real tests for us, especially Inter. I'm very curious to see what we're gonna do against Inter. A bit anxious, but I'm curious. Let's say I'm curious, right? Fonseca said that he's been preparing the derby because he knows what it means. You know, the same things that people say. Of course, you know what it means. Like the derby for us is one of the most important games in the year. So don't screw up that. Please, please don't screw up that. Don't leave like a lot of space to Inter to go and do counterattack. I'm afraid of our high pressing against Inter because if we lose the ball or if Fofana like misses a pass, we are gonna be in trouble against Inter. Now I'm not very I don't know too much about Liverpool because I'm following Serie A right now, so I don't know how they're doing. I know that they lost against Nottingham Forest, and they might be more worried than us because if they are the one that can screw up, right? So there was a little bit of a polemic gesture from Teo Hernandez, the silence. Man, can't do silence when you play against Venezia. It's like me playing against a kid, and then I'm proving nothing, you know. So I wish we can keep these polemics out because I'm tired of polemics in the for nothing. It's like winning with Venice against Venezia is the minimum, bare minimum. You know, there's no way that you can accept like losing against this Venezia, even though we lost against Parma. But Parma is better. So again, sorry if I went too long, but let me know. Leave a like, subscribes if you want. Let me know your opinions and what you think, what you thought about this game. If your opinion about Milan changed somehow after the game, I believe it didn't change much for pretty much anybody. Nobody's like screaming like, "Yeah, AC Milan is back." You know, nobody's saying that. Good Sunday, good Sunday, Sunday, yeah, or whatever day is for you.